Police are investigating Lexington's latest homicide. The Fayette County Coroner's Office says 16-year-old Arsenio Jackson Jr. died after being shot early this morning.
And tonight, WKYT's Maggie Rickerby is talking with people with the Kentucky Center for Grieving Children and Families about how a loss like this can impact an entire community. It's our top story at 6.
Leila Salisbury with the Kentucky Center for Grieving Children and Families tells us peer loss is especially difficult for teens and kids.
Often it's the first time they might have experienced the death of someone close to them, and that's very frightening. You know, it kind of is the moment it often breaks the sense of safety in the world.
Family, friends, students, and teachers are facing a sudden loss at Henry Clay High School. An FCPS spokesperson tells us there are grief counselors available.
Salisbury says school responses like this one are helpful short term.
The next step that's harder is, you know, after the shock wears off, and it may be 2-3 months later.
She says it's also important for schools, parents, and caregivers to keep the conversation going surrounding grief. Something Salisbury has heard from people who lost someone at a young age.
They say, I grieved very deeply, but no one would talk to me about it, and no one asked, and that made it so much harder.
Salisbury says adults worry they don't know what to say.
They're afraid they're going to make it worse. You know, the child or teen is already sad, so you're not going to make them sadder by bringing it up.
The Kentucky Center for Grieving Children and Families has resources on their website if you need help talking to your child about grief. In Lexington, Maggie Rickerby, WKYT.
And you can find a link to those resources in this story inside our free WKYT News app. And tonight, Lexington Mayor Linda Gorton releasing a statement on Jackson's death, saying that gun violence is tragic and unacceptable, and that the loss of families who have lost a child to violence is a loss for everyone.